Waiting on people to join the live. All right, I'm up. I'm on. I'm back up, guys. I'm back up. Can you guys hear me this evening? Can y'all hear me while I'm doing this? Just trying to make sure y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, go ahead on and respond to the chat. Making sure that you guys can correctly hear me tonight. I know last night nobody couldn't hear me at first. Trying to make sure y'all can hear me. What's up, Patriot Meeting? Okay, y'all can. All right, great. All right, we're gonna jump into it so everybody can hear me. So that's good to hear. So tonight we're gonna talk about the following tonight on this live of conservative news, aka Joe's News and Views. We're gonna talk about the LA sheriff calling out LeBron James. We also going to discuss about Trump, Biden, and Joe Rogan actually having a debate. Now, Joe Rogan is not going to be involved in the debate, but he's going to be the referee. We also going to talk about Congress is now getting into the situation of what's going on with Netflix and this Cuties film. That is also about to be the next thing they're getting into. We're also going to talk about the Rochester mayor of New York, who has recently just told the chief of police to step down. And she's also asking for a federal investigation in Daniel's Prude death. Now, I'm not even surprised. Uh, we're also going to talk about the anti-Trump attacks that is getting more and more ugly against the president. And we're also going to talk about an Oregon man that got arrested twice for setting fires alongside the Portland freeway and little creepy stuff. Since we're getting close to the Halloween season, we're going to talk about this fighter pilot that says that he saw this UFO and he chased it in 2004. So this is going to be a very interesting podcast slash live. I hope that everybody is going to uh, enjoy this, and I'm just going to go right and do what I do best and go into one of the main topics tonight that threw me back from the LA sheriff, Alex Villanueva. Yeah, Villanueva. He is challenging LeBron James to match the reward money for the gunman that ambushed the two cops, aka deputies, in Compton. Now, LeBron, which we all know has been very outspoken on social issues, well, Sheriff Alex Villanueva challenged him. He said not only to match it, he said you can even go and double the award for the information on the gun. Now it was originally at $100,000 was on this guy's head, but with some anonymous donors, it's done got up to 175,000. Still, nobody's not talking on what happened or where this guy is at. I really think that this guy, when he did what he did this time, that somebody's helping him because for him to be able to do that and there's 175,000 on the line and nobody has not read it yet where he's at, I'm quite sure that this guy's got some kind of help. Somebody is really got fear in that neighborhood or he's got some kind of help not to be exposed. Now, while the sheriff was speaking with Carr on KABC radio on the John Phillips show, Nueva said the reward money had reached to 175 because some anonymous people had donated. He said the challenge is to LeBron James. I want you to match that and double it. I know you care about law enforcement. You expressed a very interesting statement about your perspective on race relations and an officer involved shooting and the impact that it has on the African American community. And I appreciated that. He continued. But likewise, we need to appreciate that respect for life goes across all professions. Now, since he put that out there, you know, he has not responded back to what the sheriff has said. But the sheriff said he doesn't think he's going to respond. This is what I think, man, and I'm going to tell y'all this, and I'm just going to keep it very genuinely straight to the point. I don't see LeBron doing it, and I'm going to tell you why. If he does it, it shocks me. LeBron got this base along with these other athletes with this Black Lives Matter movement, and they got the mentality now that it's the world versus the cops. The cops are the bad guys all the time. And because of what happened to these police officers, thank God they're going to make it through, but hopefully, their lives don't be changed too much forever. I don't see any of these stars stepping up doing the right thing because they done created this persona per Hollywood, per the mainstream media, per the liberal news that the police basically in so many ways, I'm hearing a lot of people saying it that they feel like the police got what they deserve. And I'm like, I'm confused. How do they deserve that? I mean, they were on Martin Luther King Boulevard in Compton, not too far from their station, taking a moment, probably a breather or whatever have you, to make sure everything was good in that neighborhood and go back to work. But unfortunately, we have a lot of people out here now who are being influenced by the wrong type of influences per media, per people in the neighborhoods, per people in everyday society that is making them think that it's okay to kill a cop. It's okay to hurt another person that wears a badge, all because the things we have appeared to see over this time that they think is correct to do. And it's sad but true. Oh, definitely, man. Put it in the comments, and I definitely check it out. You know how we get down over here. Anything that you got, when I get to it or I see it, I will address it while I'm in the middle of this broadcast. So moving right along, we're gonna talk about the whole Trump accepting the invitation for the fourth debate being moderated by Joe Rogan. Now, Joe Rogan, y'all all know I love his show. I think the guy is phenomenal. When you look at a Joe Rogan show, he he definitely keeps it very interesting and very thorough. Now, Joe Rogan floated a proposed matchup between the president and his Democratic rival, Joe Biden, during a recent installment of the podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. Y'all need to check that podcast out, actually. It's pretty good. He said the following. First of all, I want no one else in the room, just the three of us. Rogan described how his debate will be handled to his guest, retired UFC fighter Tim Kelly, to Tim Kennedy, and you'd have to stream it live so no one can edit it, and I would want them in there for hours. If they wanted to do that, they both wanted to come here in Austin, sit down and have a debate, I would 100% do it. Yeah, well, unfortunately, excuse me. Unfortunately, they're not going to do that. Uh, I don't. And the reason why they're not going to do that, Dark Sage, is because the radical left is too busy focusing on Orange Man bad, Orange Man bad, and because of that, they don't have any kind of common sense. Oh, he's already got it. I mean, if you look at the polls, he's already getting the swing states because the Democratic Party only got one thing. The Democratic Party got it. The liberals got a lot going against them. Just to go a little bit off the topic here before I get back onto the news. And what they got going against them is the fact of the matter is that they are going out here. They're saying Orange Man bad. They're um, not addressing the issues with Antifa and these Black Lives Matter protesters burning down their homes in their cities and their place of businesses. And because of that, you know, that's why they're not going to win. They're going about it all the wrong way. They have forgot about trying to do things the right way. Now they're doing it the wrong way. So because of it, people just ain't feeling it. That's just where we at. I mean, I'm just calling a spade a spade. And I agree, Dark Sage. You're right. All lives do matter. But unfortunately, to the radical left, when you say that, that's like saying that you're telling everybody to go to hell. I'm just being realistic about it. So I want to know about this debate. Do y'all think that? Yep. Hey, and don't be sorry, Dark Sage. You speaking the truth. Personally, man, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Uh, I don't think that Joe Biden would be strong enough to do this debate. I mean, the way Joe Biden be forgetting stuff, the way he does his debates already, I I mean the way he does his speeches, I just don't see it. I mean, I ain't trying to be mean, but I just don't see it. I do not see it. I do not see this going well for this guy. You know, there's some people that can really hold a candle and really good at debates are amazing, but I'm just gonna let y'all know now that I do not see Joe Biden being one of those characters. I mean, we have seen what he has done. We have looked at how forgetful minded he is, and it is horrible. I mean, it's elder abuse. I mean, this guy's uh a walking poster for going into the nursing home almost. He has no business trying to run the country. This man always saying the craziest lines, don't make any sense. I mean, it's just being realistic. I'm being realistic as much as I can be about that. So let's go on and let's talk about the situation with Congress versus cuties. Now, I knew this was coming. I already knew this was coming. I could see it a mile away because everybody is in an uproar about this show being on Netflix. Netflix has got a lot of complaints about this show, and they have not moved forward to remove this content from their lineup. People are starting to cancel their subscription because they won't do it. And I don't know what else it's going to take for them to understand that this is wrong. You know good and darn well that this is a platform that you have built up all this time, all this dedication that you put into this platform of building it to be a family friendly and movie environment, and you're going to let a film that was banned in, I think, India come on your platform for everyone to see that looks like soft kitty porn. Yeah, I don't blame them. I think they need to be investigated. And that's what the Republican Representative Ken Buck out of Colorado is pushing for. He sent a letter to the Department of Justice on Monday, raising concerns about Netflix new film Cuties, which shows a group of scantily dressed uh, these young girls who are in their preteens, not even hitting adolescence really yet, as a form of social rebellion. Now, also that's joining the fight with uh, the Representative Ken Buck is also Republican Representative Andy Briggs out of Arizona. He also saying the same thing. We need to investigate this thing. What's going on? Why are they letting this movie go up here and be in the homes to where people can see this kind of stuff? I mean, and not to mention too, it's exploiting children who are young themselves. Because if I got a child, or especially a daughter, 10 or 11 years old, and she see these little girls 10 and 11 years old dressing like that, shaking and all that stuff, talking about coming of age, she's gonna think that's the right thing to do. Thank you very much, Dark Sage. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, brother. Thank you for the follow. Uh, I'm telling y'all now, I am so glad that somebody is stepping up. Someone is stepping up to investigate this situation because this is not good. This is a poor choice for Netflix. Netflix is going to regret that they ever put this movie because I think this is going to be what's going to cause them to lose a lot of subscribers and a lot of loyalists because nobody wants to be subscribed to a channel that's promoting material that can hurt children. No one does. I don't see no one that's saying, yeah, I want to do that. No, nobody ain't gonna do that. That is just facts. Nobody's not gonna do that. So I am also gonna discuss a little further about the Linwood councilman to the motion of discipline of the city manager who made that disgusting post about the two deputies that got shot and almost lost their lives in Compton. And by the way, when I get through with this broadcast tonight, I am going to give y'all the link that shows the video on the description of these officers basically trying to crawl for help. I mean, it is disturbing. I mean, I would suggest if you're a young person and you don't like to look at that kind of stuff, viewer discretion is advised. But it is a horrible scene. When I seen it, I shook my head. I almost cried because that's just disgusting to do that to these officers. Not even these officers, another human being, and they got to fight just to survive. Like they're literally crawling, trying to get help. In Southern California, the city councilman is plans to motion uh, a discipline or dismissal of a city manager over a social media post that said chickens come home to roost. Mm-mm-mm. In the wake of the ambush shooting of two Los Angeles County Sheriff deputies over the weekend, Linwood Councilman Salvador Alatorre told Fox News that he will make the motion regarding the Instagram post by city manager Jose Almental during Tuesday's special meeting. And they should. I'm with 110%. Anybody to say anything disgusting as that, he don't need to be on no city council. Now, Almatol said Almatol has previously sent a letter using a city letterhead to the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors to support the defunding of police. For some reason, he decided to go beyond his authority. Altal said the social media post. He's not an elected official. He represents the city of Linwood 24/7. He cannot make statements while he's employed by our city, especially when he jeopardizes public safety. Let him go. Let him go. We don't need him. Y'all don't need him. Who wants an individual like that? That promotes somebody that putting their life on the line every day and say it's okay to take their life. No, you don't need to be here. No, you don't need it. You're promoting the same racism that you claim that you're supposed to be fighting. The same hatred that you're supposed to be battling. You can't fight hatred with hatred. That's like fighting fire with fire. You put more fire on top of fire, what's going to happen? It's going to spread. It's going to get bigger. You're not going to solve anything. And that's what I can't understand about these folks. It's like they want to project this hatred for no reason. These people did nothing to you. These deputies are just got on the job a year ago. The woman that got shot in the head, that was fighting for her life, that was pulling that male deputy. She's 31 years old and she's a mom of a 6-year old and a wife. No one didn't talk about that. The 24-year-old is 24 years old, just wanting to make a difference in his community. Ain't even been on the force but a year. But yet still, we celebrate criminals who's been ridiculous all their life. Ain't never done nothing right, but cause grief to their family, their friends, everybody they come in contact with. But we want to create memorials. We want to do 70 funerals. We want to do about 30 types of GoFundMes. It's crazy. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I've never seen nothing like this. I hate to say it, but we're very ass backwards in America today. I'm just being real. We are very backwards. But I hope they do kick this guy off there. He don't need to be in there. He don't need to be nowhere part of working for the city. Anybody with a mind like that, nah, they don't need to. And maybe they need to start their own business somewhere else. It's crazy. So let's talk about Nancy Pelosi. Now, Nancy Pelosi, y'all been hearing this for the longest, that the Democratic Party has just said time and time again that if President Trump comes out to be the valid victor, they were going to try to challenge it. Now, here's what's been talked about. If they challenge it, and it was to go into January, till they can figure out who is the winner, Nancy Pelosi could be your president. Yeah, I just said that correctly. Now you're probably grabbing your head and said, "Well, how could that happen? You know what could happen?" Well, there's a law called the Electoral Count Act, right? It was dictated in by Byzantine in 1887. Okay, so basically, what they're saying is that when this law got passed, that you got so many days to figure out who is the president, right? And if you can't get the president by January when it's time for the inauguration, then she can step right in. And that's it. So that's how that works. I don't get it either. They going inverted. So yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking they're trying to do. That's why they keep pushing this narrative that they want to recount these votes. If he gets elected, they want to challenge it all in these courts because they're trying to tie it up. So when January comes, they can put Nancy Pelosi in the seat. That's what it's all about. That's what they've been talking about for the longest. But I don't see it happening because I got a feeling the way America is feeling right now that it's going to be a lot of Republicans getting voted in a lot of these states, in a lot, especially in the House of Representatives. And if that happens along with the Senate, you can forget that idea. That idea is going right out the window because America is tired. America is very, very tired. And that's what they're not looking at. America is very tired. And I'm one of them. We are tired of the BS. Very tired of the BS. So we're gonna move right along to the next story here, since I want to put that out there because I know a lot of people was asking about that. We're gonna talk about the Rochester mayor, uh, Mayor Warren. Man, oh man, this lady here is a piece of work. Let's talk about old Mayor Warren. She's requesting a federal investigation to the death of Daniel Prude. You know, the guy who was high on drugs, PCP, and orders the police chief to leave his post today. So the lady name is Lovely Warren. She should change it to um uh I ain't gonna even say. I'll leave that for another day. Rochester, New York police chief, exactly Joker Ace, requested a federal investigation into the death of a black man who died after a police encounter earlier this year. Now, the announcement came after the police chief, Lebron Singletary, and several other senior police command members announced their resignation last week following unrest over the death of Daniel Prue. Singletary was to step down uh, September the 29th. We have a pervasive problem in the Rochester Police Department, one that views something through the eyes of the badge, Warren said Monday through hastily announced in news conference. The culture of policing in Rochester must change. Wait a minute. Hey, what's going on, Benjamin? Wait a minute. Hold on. The culture need to change. What do you mean it needs to change? Let me give y'all a rundown of the backstory about what happened to this young man here, Daniel Prue. Okay, I'm going to give you this quick synopsis. Yeah, that was from the police. They want to take the police chief. They want the police chief to step down, all because of the fact of the matter. Daniel Prude got, during custody died. Not during custody, but at the hospital died. They're trying to say it was because of the police and because the upper part of the police staff has retired. They're put their paperwork in. These guys has been there 20 plus years, said, I'm out. We're not dealing with this madness. So now she wants the police chief to step down, basically blaming that it's his fault for what's going on. Which we all know when things like this happens, people get a media storm. It's always the top guy that always got to suffer. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this. It's not the police chief that's the problem. It's not the upper people, the people under him that's the problem. The problem is people like this mayor right here, Mayor Warren, who doesn't want to back up the guys in blue. If she looked at the video, these guys did their job. If she looked at the facts, Daniel Prude has had an ongoing issue with PCP. His brother had to call the cops on him twice within a 6-month period. The man even went to rehab. It even says in the report, excited delirium. But no one wants to talk about the autopsy report that says excited delirium along with asphyxiation, homicide. They ain't looking at homicide. Doesn't mean it's the police that's the homicide. It's the guy that gave him the PCP could have made him a homicide. It could have been the fact of the matter that he could have went up here and there was a bad batch in that PCP. Nobody's looking at that. He died a freaking week after getting arrested in the hospital. No one talks about that. But unfortunately, they want to say it's all the police department fault. You got these guys now that fired off the. It's basically I want to say they let these guys go. Yeah, these guys are fired from their job. I want to say so they fired from their job. You got the police chief out here got to step down. You got the senior brass stepping down. So what are you trying to? What kind of policing are you trying to come up with? I tell you what policing they're trying to come up with. The policing where you ain't gonna have nobody gonna do any policing. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get this next episode recorded. Give me 1 second. Cause I'm in the middle of this broadcast. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get my. It may be. Hold on for Joker. Y'all give me one moment. I'm trying to get this other part hooked up here because for some reason my anchor is not working tonight because I'm trying to record while doing anchor. So give me 1 second. All right. Now we're gonna try this again. All right, so I guess that for tonight it's not want to work. It don't want to do what I want it to do. So I guess I will have to take a partial of that broadcast, the first couple of minutes, and edit down later on, which is fine. I'll go over it and I'll put the rest of that part on it tonight. And I'll just put that little bit on the podcast, which I know where I stopped at. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, since I'm having technical difficulties with my podcast, it's insane. It's like they want to go out here and they want to take the police and they want to stop them from doing their job. It's like they want the police to die in action and the suspect to get handled and to get, I don't know, a blanket and some hot cocoa and some ice cream. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to approve. I don't know what they're trying to achieve because it makes no sense. Because you don't want the police to kill the suspect if the suspect's trying to kill them, but you also want the police to put the suspect in jail. So which is it? Do you want them to stop the suspect at all costs, or or, or do you want the suspect to just go out here and just be a tyrant and everybody lock their doors and hope for the best? That's what it sounds like to me. That the situation you're trying to create. You're trying to create a world where you got a whole bunch of suspects out here hurting people, and there's nothing nobody can do. I mean, that's what I'm starting to gather, and that is not a good. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's not going to work. It's going to cause a lot of people to shy away, man. It just ain't gonna work. I'm just gonna tell you like my wife always tell me. She'll tell me in a heartbeat. She'll be like, "Baby, that ain't gonna work. This right here, that ain't gonna work. It's just not." I just think that they need to get this mayor away from here because she's not doing good for Rochester. I mean, Rochester already is getting seeing riots. They already, you know, got a mayor who's done went gun ho almost with the Antifa clique. and Black Lives Matter clique. She's all about trying to make sure upper brass get fried. She talking about police has got to change. When that chief steps down, there's going to be a lot of police officers in that city walk away because people are done. They're not going to be micromanaged to do their job when they're supposed to protect and serve, and you got them out here acting like they're a waiter. I mean, it's just what it is, man. It just ain't gonna work, and that's facts. So while y'all can, let's try to say a prayer for Rochester, New York. They're gonna need it, man, because they don't got the right leadership. They just don't. They really don't. So I'm also going to talk about what's going on in Pennsylvania right now. Now, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I know that last night that happened while I was doing my broadcast, and I really ain't said anything, but I'm going to tell you guys what's the latest on the shooting because a lot of people has been getting a lot of mixed stuff that's going on. So I'm about to tell y'all what's going on, what happened, where we at right now. So here is an update on the shooting that happened. Oh, he didn't do anything, Coco Mermaid. He basically they called out LeBron because LeBron is always talking about these social issues about black people being hunted. And they was like, well, I know you got love for the police, right? You're an athlete. You know, police officers also look up to you as being an athlete. And you live in California. Why won't you step up to the plate and take you and put your money where your mouth is and show people that you also a community guy? But I don't see LeBron doing it because LeBron is pushing this narrative of police brutality, and that's going against his per se movement. So I know he's not going to donate any money to catch the suspect. I already know. If he do it, it shock me. I don't see it. I like LeBron. I'm a fan of LeBron, but when it comes to this social stuff, me and him definitely ain't on the same page because it's ridiculous. Now, according to the police, the guy name was Munoz. Was Ricardo Munoz, and he's 27 years old. All right, and he was involved in the shooting. Now they don't release the body cam footage of this thing. The dude got killed Sunday. They released the body cam footage today. I can't show it on YouTube because YouTube is very finicky about what you show, and I don't want to get my stuff demonetized when I do reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers in the future. So what I can tell you is I will try to put some links on that on well is in the description so y'all can see what the body cam shows and what all happened. Now, I do know that when when the police were called there, when they entered the area, Ricardo Munoz came out with a knife. He tried to rush the police with the knife. The cop stood back and walked back, trying to, tell the dude like you normally supposed to do, get back. But dude kept coming at the officer with the knife, so the officer shot him about 2 or 3 times. Okay. Now, when he did pop him about 2 or 3 times, that's when uh he fell to the ground. But let the Black Lives Matter crew tell it. It was police brutality. The dude was unarmed. The dudes didn't have to die. They out here marching, and then I'm surprised because the dude's Hispanic. I didn't know Black Lives Matter did anything for Hispanic people. All before it's been about black people, white cop. Now it's about Black Lives Matter on this Ricardo guy. I guess they selecting and choosing and recruiting whoever they want to recruit. It's retarded to me. I don't even understand half the time what they're doing. And then since the video is being released, all that protesting they did all last night and earlier today, a lot of it stopped because the crowd saw now, oh, we're wrong. We're crazy. He was the one that came at the officer. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. He did. Not to mention, too, what makes it even more crazier is that this dude done stabbed people before. He had just got released from stabbing about 3 or 4 people in his area with the same tendency. Now, could it be a mental issue problem? It probably could. But what is someone supposed to do if they got a knife coming at you and you got a gun to protect yourself? You're gonna do what? Use your gun to protect yourself. I know you're not gonna let them stab you to death. I mean, that's what I don't understand. It makes no sense what these protesters be doing. It's like they protest for anything and everything that makes no sense. It's like they do things just to be popular. It's police brutality. And it could be Sterling. It could be that. It could be a lot of that. But at this point of the game, I don't even think it's the cartels at this point. I really think, really necessarily, like I said before, this is a political movement to try to do a campaign against President Donald J. Trump. They've been trying to do everything they can to get this man out of the White House. They have came up with lies. They have slandered this man's name. They they done went up here and got Mr. Creepy. I'm in the basement hiding Joe, who's for 47 years ain't done nothing for the U.S. or the black community. Not to mention too, this is the same dude that's moral compass. They say that Donald moral compass is messed up. Well, you're trying to put a guy in here whose moral compass is so warped that the woman he's with now, he stole her from her husband while she was married. But they don't talk about that. I'm just saying. I mean, this is crazy. Like, what are we doing? I don't get it. Bro, at this point, Sterling, I wouldn't be surprised if the Democrats are owned by everybody that wants to do chaos. That's how I feel. I mean, they probably are owned by that. And you're right, they will suffer the most. OG, I believe it because it always happens like that. You know, we talked about that in another broadcast that when we had everybody was so in behind and so for Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton had made all those promises to the black community. She went on the Breakfast Club. She went on these radio stations, and as soon as she lost the election, they were like, uh oh, that's it. We're done. So I believe it. I really do believe it, bro. At this point of the game, I believe it. It happens like that every time. Every time, every time. And I just feel bad because maybe one day they'll wake up. One day. Don't know when, but one day. So we're gonna go ahead on here. I got three more stories to finish up with, and then we're gonna be calling it a night. I already discussed about well, I'm gonna discuss a little bit about this attack on Trump. Hey, that's what's up, man. Did you see right there? That's what we need to hear. You and I grew up with a lot of interesting people too, of people of all walks of life. I think that's what has made me a very critical thinker when I do these stories because I'm not all about that whole craziness. Now, as we enter the final weeks of the presidential campaign, right? Politics are getting ugly. Now you got Joe Biden done told Trump that the gloves are off. Well, Trump told Joe Biden the gloves are off now. I'm going at you full speed since you're going at me full speed. And then Biden like, oh yeah, the gloves are off too. Well, with that being said, um, Andrew Cuomo blames the president for COVID-19 deaths in his state of New York, while his brother CNN Chris Cuomo says House Speaker Nancy Pelosi um, of California fell under Trump's influence, which caused her to illicitly visit a hair salon. How she fall? I don't understand that, man. How in the world did she fall under Trump influence? That makes no sense. Pelosi was against Trump for ever since the man got in there. She even tore up his State of the Address. So just because you get caught up in the salon because you want to get your hair done and you know that you wasn't supposed to be in there because you are a lawmaker and they told you that that stuff was shut down, how you going to switch it around and say now, oh, I was influenced by the president? Come on, Nancy, quit lying. Just go on and take that L. Just say I wanted to get my hair done. I couldn't stop. I couldn't wait. And I went on head on and I defied all odds and said, screw that law, that order. I'm getting my hair done today. That's all you had to say, Nancy. Talking about you influenced by the president. Man, y'all stop. Then you got Governor Gavin Newsom blaming Trump on wildfires in California. How is that his fault? He ain't sought that fire. That was a gender reveal. So you trying to tell me Trump did a gender reveal too? So Trump was up there with the explosion with the baby. Hey, it's a boy. All right. Come on. Stop, man. Y'all killing yourself. Stop it. Oh my God. I don't understand, man. It's like that's all I keep hearing from these liberals, man. They blame the hell out this man. I think they wake up trying to blame that man. If something fall in their house, they be like, it was Trump. Trump wasn't even there. He at the White House. He miles away. Oh Lord, the dog ran away. It was because of Trump. Oh my Jesus. I don't understand it, man. And then they want to know why this man winning. But anyway, he's gaining in Florida. He's also gaining in California a little bit too. So he's gaining in these states that usually are a lot of these states. Now Florida's always been a red state, but to gain a little bit in Florida and these other states. Yeah, you're right, Sterling. They can't stop lying. They can't stop. They sure can't. Liars cannot stop lying. They got to keep going. And she been lying her way all the way to the end. She done lied so much. She done caused the salon lady to close her salon down. She done lied so much that she just crazy, man. I ain't never seen that like it. I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious, boy. Can't stop, boy. Talking about she influenced by Trump. But they helping Trump win. That's all they doing. They helping him win. So I just want them to continue to be crazy. Y'all continue to keep blaming the Republicans for everything. Cause y'all helping everybody, you helping them win. Real talk, y'all are helping these guys win. Y'all are doing a good job. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all doing a good job. Y'all keep it up. Y'all keep it up. I ain't never seen nothing like that, boy. Just be lying to be lying. So we're gonna talk about this Oregon man that got arrested in a 12-hour span for starting multiple fires near Portland Freeway. But his name is not Donald J. Trump. I just had to say that. I just had to say that because you know people be quick to say, "Oh Lord, was it Donald set those fires?" A man in Oregon was arrested earlier Monday for setting multiple fires along a freeway in Portland, hours after he was released from custody for getting another brush fire along the same roadway, according to the police. Now, the first incident happened 3:37 a.m. Monday. That there was multiple fires burning along the west side of the Interstate 205 freeway. Now, 205 freeway, if y'all notice or not, leads you into California. So this joint leads you straight into California. Now, the officer said that it was Domingo Lopez Jr., 45, and they seized the evidence of the lighter, and it looked like he had a Molotov. Now, I don't know if he's got any ties to Antifa. Somebody said he did have ties to Antifa. I don't really know for sure. I got to check that out and see. I've been trying to confirm if he was an Antifa guy or not, but I do know that he done went there twice. My dog wants to give y'all some news too. Say hello to the camera. Oh, he running away. So yeah, man, that's definitely what's been going on with the fires in Oregon, which there have been a lot of people saying that there's been a lot of fires being set with them. So now my last story, I thought this was a cool story to talk about since we've been talking about some cool stuff. A fighter pilot says a UFO he chased in 2004 committed an act of war. Now, he was a U.S. Navy fighter pilot, and he spoke this month about what he had an encounter with a tic-tac-toe shaped UFO, and believes the flying object committed an act of war. Now, this was 16 years ago. Now, this was the same time too. Oh, okay. His girlfriend do. Hey, Sterling, thank you, bro. It's all good. It just says that you got a conservative like mindset. You're not really liberal. You're more conservative than anything. That's why you voting for Trump, because you got common sense. And there's gonna be a lot of liberals that do that. So you're not gonna be the only one, bro. So don't, thank you for doing that, man. Thank you for I hope my podcast and my videos have helped you guys to get more information on common sense material to make the right decision to vote, because that's why I do this for. Is I feel like if people get a logical thinking from a everyday person, they might be able to look at this thing differently. Because when you got mainstream media sending you news, they're gonna make you do it the way they want you to do it. I do news the way it needs to be done, what you need to hear, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. That's why we as bloggers, we stick together, we do what we do. Because we do it for the love of making sure that you as the American people and people all around the world get the right news, not that bullshit. Now, Fravor says that he was dispatched to investigate radar anomalies and later discovered that he saw like nothing I've never seen, a tic-tac shaped object above to turn on a dime and make itself invisible to radar. Now, that's what he said. Now, this was the same type of clip that was released in 2017 by the UFO group that talked about the Navy has seen a UFO. Now, nobody ain't been noticing this in 2020 this year with the UFO situation. They also talked about there was planets that they have discovered that, what I'm saying, that time you can travel back into time. Time goes backwards. Now they hurried up and tried to clean it up. CNN did. Oh no, 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 that wasn't the type of planet. But Fox News did. Fox News stood on it like, yo, this planet, there's a planet out here that looks like Earth, operates like Earth, but it goes in reverse. The planet time goes in reverse. So what I say that to say this, I've been said it. Me and my wife said this a long time ago, just having normal conversations. That there is other life forms out there. Y'all think about it. I mean, there's other life forms out there. I wouldn't be surprised that sooner or later that we probably will get the real truth of that, because sooner or later they're gonna get tired of trying to do it on the low or on the fly to come in here. They're probably gonna one day actually show up. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just being realistic about it. I mean, everything else done went the hell in the handbasket in 2020. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that do happen in the future, because we get more and more technical, get more and more technology that's more advanced. We're seeing more things, especially in outer space, that we never saw before. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. At all. So before I get out of here, do anybody wants to uh talk about anything before? And beforehand, if you on YouTube, Twitch, all these platforms that I'm streaming to right now, please do me a favor. Support the channel by hitting the like button. Also to hit the subscribe button, share it, Daily Motion, share it, share all this stuff, man, so that way we can keep this channel alive. Also to anybody that want to put it on their heart, you can donate to the channel. Cash out $sign Joshua Joel Davis want to give a shout out to one of our loyal followers, Sergi. He donated today as well. Anything that you want to donate, that's fine. I mean, it's all about trying to help the channel. Also, if you can't do it through Cash App, I got Venmo. I also got PayPal. Uh, also, too, I also want to give y'all more information. If you want to follow me, you can also follow me on Instagram. That's right. This is my Instagram. This is where you can follow me at. Just in case you want to see more patriotic stuff, interact with me. I'm also going to start doing streams on there too. I'm just trying to get a little bit more people to follow me before I start streaming on there. So as more I get my fans to go and see me on Instagram, I will. Also, if you got a show yourself, if you are in the same thing I am, blogging, podcasts, all that stuff, and you want me to come to your show and do a special with you, or we do an interview together, or whatever have you, all you got to do is hit me up on my Twitter or my Instagram, email me. Also, too, you can email my wife's email. It should be on my YouTube channel on the description. She's like my booking agent, my secretary. So you know, if you can't reach out to me, you can reach out to her. She can set up the time and the schedule when I can come through. Cause I'm a busy man, so I have to have somebody to look out for my time. So definitely donate. Like I said before, every little bit helps. Patreon is up and running. I ain't did anything added to the Patreon yet because I'm trying to see if anybody interested in signing up to it. So if y'all guys are interested in signing up to it, message me, let me know. I'll give you the link and I will start doping it with all the information you need to know about what's going on when it comes to investigative stuff, the stuff I really can't say on the streams because you know how they quick to shut your social media down. That's just how they are. Now I also joined another thing where I'm going to be doing a lot of blogging. Um, I will give y'all more information on that later. I'm gonna be, blogging a little bit, writing stuff up when I can. I ain't played with it yet. I don't know what it's about, but if you interested, it is good content, stuff that you can use as well too, to not only just for your channel or class you got going on, or another perspective of what I think of or what's going on in America today with all this crazy climate. So anybody got any questions? Anybody got anything they want to discuss and close out? Got like an extra 15 minutes before I shut this puppy down. Anybody? Talk to your boy. We got an extra 15 minutes. I don't want to shut it down too quick and y'all want to say something. Anybody want to say anything, tell me now. I'm definitely trying to get everybody their time in the spotlight to talk to me or to discuss anything on their mind. Anything. It ain't got to be politics. It could be just everyday conversation. Oh, I will. I will look into that, brother. I will. And when I do, if I do anything about that, I'm gonna do that on my Patreon. Because when you talk about stuff like that, you gotta be kind of careful, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I know. I believe you, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of dude that when I talk about that deep stuff, some of that stuff you gotta go on that Patreon and do that on because you don't wanna put that out there too quickly because that could kind of backfire on you. So that's why I'm telling everybody now that I'm on that Patreon. That Patreon is the best thing. That way I ain't got to worry about nobody coming at me trying to sue me or make me feel uncomfortable. You know how it goes right now in this climate. Oh yeah, bruh. It's a financial institution. Anything with the loans are as well. What do y'all think about these PPP loans? About people getting caught up in these PPP loans? I mean, there's a lot of people getting caught up, man. A lot of celebrities. You getting all these people are getting caught up with these PPP loans. What do y'all think about that? I mean, you got yeah, you got what's that guy's name? The football player. I did a story on Josh Bellamy got caught up in that PPP scam. Another guy out of Atlanta, Georgia, got caught up in that PPP scam. He brought a Lamborghini. Another guy brought a house. I mean, it's been getting crazy. I mean, millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars. So, what are y'all thinking? Do you think that the government's wrong for getting at the PPP people for the PPP spam since it's supposed to be your money and you're doing it for whatever reason you want to do it to? I mean, personally, in my opinion, I think that with the PPP scam that's going on, I think these guys need to understand this. If you didn't have a business that was operating at the time, you should go ahead. You shouldn't do that. What's up, Sean? How you doing, brother? I'm glad you joined the broadcast, man. I knew you was gonna pop up. I knew you was gonna pop up. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of shit going down. A lot. There is a lot. Hey, Sean, man, why you here? Cause you've been following me a little minute too, man. You can donate to the broadcast tonight, bro. We've been doing some hot topics, man. We've been getting it in. And for all of you that have been asking about how my wife is doing, she's doing fine. She was on one of my broadcasts today. She's doing a little bit better. I thank y'all for the prayers. I thank y'all for asking about her. That's my partner in crime. So I mean, and it was a figure speech. Calm down, sweetheart. She talking about we ain't doing no crime. I said it's a figure speech, no crime. That just she my ride or die. You know what I mean. But anyway, she grinds with me, man. She's good people. Like I said before, y'all need to follow her. April Davis, look her up on Periscope. I mean, she be selling, boy, these jewelry. So, help us support her. If you got a wife, it's getting to be Halloween parties about to stop popping off. They opening up the US, fall and stuff. This is the time now y'all might be wanting to make some of y'all younger cats might want to be making some babies. I mean, I know y'all don't listen to that slow music no more, but still, y'all need to check it out. Y'all need to definitely look her up, man. She's got some good stuff. You can follow her on Periscope. Also, she's on Twitter too. So the same Periscope that you find that you see of April Davis is the same thing on on Twitter. So yes, she always got good stuff. And April Beauty and Bling Boutique on Facebook. So I give you that link too. I'll put it in descriptions so you can check out all the stuff she got. What's up, Brown Bandit 503? Thank you for joining, brother. I mean, I'm loving the love tonight, man. Everybody joining in, everybody getting it in, everybody talking. We all conversating on the same goal. Also, shout out to the people that was on Twitch tonight too. All my Twitch followers, thank you. Oh, if I got 200 million, what would be the first thing I'd buy? I'd buy a house, man. I would buy some property. I buy a property so that way I can make sure that my wife and my kids have something that they can use to make money. You know what I'm saying? To keep the income coming into the family. And I also would try to help my mom out a little bit, give her some money, and I try to do something when it comes to a lot of these people in the inner cities, the young folks that don't have any guidance. I try to fund a group to teach them to put the guns down and gloves up, kind of thing. Oh man, that's hard. I probably, I'm a muscle car guy, so I'll probably get a Charger or a Mustang, man. I'm not into that Lamborghini stuff like that, Porsches and stuff. I'm very simple. Me and my wife are very simple people. I don't want to be one of those too flashy guys. I want to be low key with it. You know, get too flashy and cause too much attention. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Sterling, man. I try, bro. It's hard, bro. Believe me, it took me a while to get to this point in my life. It wasn't nothing easy. I tell you that. Like I tell anybody, man, I got a hell of a story. I could definitely talk about how it was and how I came from. Oh yeah, yeah, of course, definitely big. I mean, it's Ferrari, man. It's one of the popular sports cars in Europe. So yeah, the stock's gonna be big. Definitely, definitely big. Definitely big. Definitely have a shake. You're right. There is. That's what you mean. That's when people got big money. For real. Well, guys, I'm going ahead on to wrap it up. That is it for tonight. Now the podcast. I will try to work on a little bit of that tonight. I'm gonna put a partial of it up. It's not gonna be the full broadcast because due to the fact that we had some technical difficulties tonight. But I will go ahead on here and finish it up and give y'all, the best of me like I always do. So thank y'all for everything. Love you guys. Stay safe. Again, before I go, please, if you on YouTube, hit the like button. Please subscribe, okay? And hit the notification bell all the way to the top. Also, if it's in your heart, if you can, because I know a lot of people are going through hard times right now, just like I am. But if it's on your heart, please donate anything to my cash app for what I have provided for you guys tonight. If you can't do that, if you don't have a cash app, I do have a Venmo and a PayPal, so you can also donate to that. All right. So thank y'all very much again for the love and support. Y'all take care of yourselves and stay safe out there.